or good evening. Here right now in Florida, where I'm at, it's 4 p.m. It's dinner time. And I'm going to show you a deliciousness today. It is all also anti-inflammatory. Pero la prima cosa che dobbiamo fare è prendere il faddale. So what did I say? The first thing that we need to do is put on the faddale. But before I do, I want to bring your attention to the oven. I have the oven at 425 degrees on bake. I also have a sheet just like this that we're going to be utilizing. And of course, put on the faddale to put on the apron. And today I have a beautiful faddale of birds and flowers. And this is going to be, by the time the potatoes are done, this entire dish is going to be finished. That is how easy and quick this is. And this is great for moms that just got off work, they really don't know what they're gonna make, and you have some green beans, and you have a potato, and you have some lemon, and you have some herbs, and there you have it. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I have a beautiful potato. It's a beautiful organic potato. It's gonna be my husband and I, and that's all it's gonna be for us. And what I have here is I have 2 tablespoons mixed of rosemary, beautiful rosemary, and also some beautiful oregano. And this is what I grow fresh. If you don't have fresh, don't worry about it. Dry will be fine. Then I have a tablespoon of granulated garlic and a tablespoon of combined salt and pepper that I'm just going to put it all in here, just like that. See, guys? Just mix it up just like that. Super easy transaction. That's what I want to do. Bring you easy peasy meals. That makes it a lot easier. So this is done. Get yourself one of these with a slotted spoon. That's what we're going to put them in here. And then we're going to be transferring them into this pan. I'm not going to have it with parchment paper. I'm not going to do that. But if you want to, you can. But I find that if I don't put any parchment paper, my potato tastes better. All right, so how are we going to do this? Get yourself first a part that you can be right here. If this is the first time you cut a potato, okay? So you're going to save this piece right here because we're going to cut this piece. And then now you have a good, surface here that is not going to move. And then we are going to slice. Make sure you have a nice sharp knife. Don't cut your hands. And we are just going to make it in some nice rounds, guys, or not rounds, you can have it any way you want to, but not to be more thicker than that, because, we are on a time schedule. And like I said, when everything is done, everything will be done at the same time. So then what I want to do to this particular one is cut them in 3 ways. And that's what I'm going to do here, is cutting them in 3 ways. Again, this is a 425 degrees, and I'm not cutting them into very big chunks. I'm just cutting them into little squares, and I'm just going to put it all in this bowl right here. And let me move this out of the way so I can have some surface here. And I'm just going to do the same thing with this. Very simple transaction. Anybody can do this. Cooking doesn't have to be hard. I have met so many people that the reason they say they don't cook is because it's hard. They don't know what flavors to put with what flavors. And that's what I try to bring to you guys. I try to show you many different ways of doing this. But this particular dish is anti-inflammatory. Did you know that potatoes are anti-inflammatory? Do your research. You don't believe me? I'm leaving my skins because I really scrub my beautiful organic potato very, very well. And that's what I have in here. Boom. Finished. Very easy transaction to do. Very, very simple. I love doing potatoes like this because in that way it just frees me up to do other things that I need to do. Like I will show you. All right, so now that we have this beautiful that we have over here, right over here, it's all going to go right into this wonderful potatoes. And as you can see, I haven't done anything yet. And then what I want to do now is I am going to and you don't have to, but if you want to, I'm just going to get a tablespoon, regular tablespoon, and I'm just going to add 2 tablespoons. if you have that size of a potato that I had. I want everything to be coated. Actually, I'm going to be using the same spoon so that way I don't even have to dirty this guy. Ha-ha, saving some. So this is what it looks like. You see this? Beautiful. Oh. And it smells wonderful. We haven't done much of everything. So I want to make sure that my potatoes are all coated. If I see that I don't want this to sit in, in a lot of olive oil. I just want the olive oil to coat my potatoes. So I am going to be using, this potato is a pretty good sized potato, so I'm going to use 2.5 tablespoons for my big potato that I use. Depending on the size of your family, make sure that it's all coated. And you get yourself a nice pan like this, and then you're just going to put it right on here. I'm all done with that. Make sure that you spread them so they're all nice and flat. All nice and flat. Very simple. I am going to put it in the middle of my oven, and they are all, uniform cut. Okay? So now these guys are going to go right in here, just like that. Bada bing, bada boom. We are done with that. I'm done with this spoon. Get that out of the way. Next, what I am going to do now that potatoes are done, now we are going to move into our chicken. And then what I have here is I have some chicken breast that I have cut into pieces. Okay, very simple. I am going to turn my pan in here. Get yourself a bowl and get yourself some foil, because what we want to do is we want these guys to just brown, and then they're going to come back in again. But for now, we just have them just like so. Very simple. What I'm going to do with this now is that I have right here a teaspoon of salt and a teaspoon of pepper, and I just want to just kind of, make sure that my little chicken breasts are just covered. In the meantime, what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab another tablespoon. I have about 2 tablespoons of olive oil in here. I'm going to take a good one, and I just want to make sure I'm going to probably add just 1.5. I want my bottom to coat, because what I just want is I want this pan to get hot. And that's what I'm waiting on, for it to get hot. In the meantime, we are going to continue to just salt and pepper our chicken cutlets. And what I did, guys, really, they're not cutlets, they're just chicken breast. And then what I did is I kind of, cut them in pieces, because sometimes you may want 1 piece, sometimes you may want 2 pieces. And it makes it a lot easier if you have leftovers for the next day. So now I am going to turn this over like this, very easy, simple. Now I am just going to go ahead and get the other side, because all the salt and pepper is what's going to be for everything. So now my oil is getting there where it needs to be, nice and hot, because what I wanted to do is I just kind of want to sear them on each side. I'm not ready to cook all of them yet. So I just want to wait. I want this to sear. It's not quite there yet. In the meantime, while that is doing its thing, I am going to go over my ingredients. Over here, we have a pound of chicken breast that I have salted and peppered with a 1/4 teaspoon salt, a 1/4 teaspoon pepper, and then I have 1.5 tablespoons of olive oil in my non-stick pan, and that's what I have here. And what I'm going to do is, as I stated, get yourself a bowl, because all we're going to do is we want these guys to just, oh yeah, that's what is happening now. It's nice and hot, because you just want to sear them. You don't want them to boil. You want these guys to sear in this beautiful little bit of olive oil. Yes. And kind of get into where the oil is, and kind of, move your chicken in there so it coats. It coats with the olive oil. All right, so then we are done with this now. We are done with that part. Right now, we just want these guys to get seared on a high heat. I'm going to move that away. I'm going to keep my little fork over here. Remember, this is what we're going to do. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to be giving you the ingredients. And then what I have here is I have 4 cups of green beans. This is for my family and I love green beans. Green beans are wonderful anti-inflammatory. They're loaded with vitamin C. They're loaded with vitamin K. They're loaded with a silicone, fiber, folate, and they're great for the skin and hair and bones. It's just wonderful. So I'm going to be utilizing a good 4 cups non-cooked green beans that I have here. I'm also going to be utilizing 4 cloves of garlic that I have thinly sliced. I'm also going to be utilizing a tablespoon of grated lemon zest, a teaspoon of chopped fresh thyme, a half a cup of unsalted chicken broth, a 1/4 cup of dry white wine, a tablespoon of lemon juice, and a 1/4 cup of toasted pine nuts. But don't stress about it because I'm going to go over the ingredients, okay? But remember, 4 cups of green beans are right here. Now, where is my little fork? I'm going to turn this guys over because that is how quick this is gone. Because this is going to go back into the rest of the yumminess. So now what I want to do is I want to kind of brown the other side. And then after that, I will walk you through what we're going to be doing. So again, you know, what we want to do is we want to tint the chicken with its juices, okay? Because this is our dinner. Alrighty, yes, and these guys are almost there. I'm going to get my chicken now. That's how quick it goes. That's why you want to have it. So get your smaller pieces up first. I try to keep them uniform, but you know, hey. Yes, oh yes, yes, yes. I'm making sure that you get yourself a nice little lid for later, for the pan. All right, so then what I want to do now, my wonderful chickens, oh yes, baby, they're looking beautiful. See, I just want them to get nice and brown like that. See what I'm doing? Sear like that, okay? Got these guys out of the way. Keep them like that. We're going to keep these guys covered. We're going to move quickly. Now we are going to add the rest of our wonderful olive oil. And this, remember, that was, we used a total of 2 tablespoons. So it's about, you know, if you see that it needs more olive oil, which I'm actually going to do a little bit more olive oil. Because sometimes, you know, I try to measure, and when I measure, things don't come out as well. Because I never measured, my family never measured. So then what I want to do now is I want to lower my heat to about a medium so we don't burn the garlic. So now we want to add the garlic goes right in here like so. Get yourself a shifuli. We do not want the garlic to burn, guys. That's the one thing that we don't want to do. We don't want the garlic to burn. So what's happening now is that the olive oil is marrying the garlic. So now we add the green beans. They go right in here like so. Now remember the rest of the salt. We're going to add the rest of the salt that's going to go in there like so. Easy transaction. Now what I want to do is I want to add my half a cup of chicken broth and my 1/4 cup of dry white wine. Yes, white wine. Let me repeat that. A half a cup of chicken broth and a 1/4 cup of white wine. That's going to go right in there. Just like that. Yes, yes, yes. And these guys are just going to be hanging out, doing its thing. Now to this right here, what I want to do is I have a teaspoon of chopped thyme that I just want to add right in here to give it even better flavor. There's a little piece of garlic that did not make it quite in there. And then over here I have my lemon juice, and what I have here on my lemon juice is that I have 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. I did not use a lot of salt. Remember, we used the other salt for the other ones. So now this is doing its thing. So what we want to do now with this, alrighty, oh, it smells so wonderful. I'm going to raise it. I'm going to raise this up. And I am just going to cover my green beans for just a few minutes. In the meantime, I have a little bit of olive oil in here. I don't like to eat, because sometimes when you're using a spoon, it collects. Just leave it hang out there like that. I am going to go ahead and grab my orange, because there's lemon zest that goes in here. And I'm going to get my zester. And I want to take my entire orange. It's already been washed. And what I want to do is I just want to zest my lemon while my beans is cooking in there. And what's going to happen is going to start reducing. Yes, it's going to start reducing. But I want to make sure that I get my lemon zest. It is so delicious. I love lemon. It's something, my mom loved lemon. And I think because she loved lemon so much, I love lemon. And this is marvelous. And it's all anti-inflammatory. So this is a really good dish for you. So then what I have now is I have my zest of lemon that's going to go in here like so. Make sure that, you tap it so you can get all the wonderfulness that goes in there. Let me grab the rest of my lemon zest, and I just want my lemon zest to just kind of hang out in there with my wonderful green beans. All right, now my green beans are doing good. Now what I want to do now is that I want to bring my chicken, and I want to add my chicken all into this green beans. With this beautifulness, with this beautiful wine, and this wonderful lemon zest, the lemon that we use. As you can see, I am really scraping this. Get that out of the way. I am done with that. Oh, yes. And then what I want to do is, I still have a little bit of the zest, and I am going to use the thicker part of my grater. I have this grater that's got thin and thick. And I just want to kind of come in here just a little bit more. Oh, yes, baby. You can see the specks of lemon. Yes, yes, yes. It's beautiful. You can smell the potatoes. The potatoes are almost done. Let me get this close. And now what we want to do is, I'm going to show you how we are going to pleat this, clear this, the decks over here. Let me turn this over. As you can see, we are moving. We are making it happen. This easy, delicious dinner. You can get yourself a platter like that. And then what I want to do is I'm going to take the lemon that I already zest. Because a lot of times when you zest a lemon, you don't want to throw your lemon away. So what I want to do is I'm going to clean my this is a little bit of the potato, no big deal. I have a wet cloth over here that I'm utilizing. Cut that in half. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make some slices. And then the ends, what I do with the ends, guys, I take the little piece off and I put it in a glass with water. And guess what? It's wonderful because of electrolytes. Lemons have wonderful electrolytes that are healthy for us. And now I'm going to take my other lemon. And then what you want to do is, because, this does have lemon, I just want to kind of put some lemons over here on the side like that. And then, because we are utilizing thyme, I also want to come over here because, I want to cut my thyme. And I just want to add my thyme just like a garnish. Just like a garnish like that. Very easy. Very easy, super easy. Now, my dog is sitting right here. I don't know if you can see his ears. Excuse me, Reggie. Oh, yes, my potatoes are almost done. Let me grab one of these guys because I'm going to come in here. Look at my potatoes. Oh, yes, my potatoes are beautiful. That is a quick, everything is moving right along here, guys. The potatoes are doing its thing. They're all turning brown, they're almost finished. The potatoes are almost finished. So the potatoes are almost done. Now we're going to check this. Oh, and the chicken is almost finished as well. I'm gonna turn my little guys over like so and make this beautiful sauce. Oh, and what I'm going to do now, I'm gonna take the lid off because my chicken is done. And what I'm gonna do, that's how quick it is, guys. That's how quick this, make sure your chicken, my chicken is nice. Because remember when we cut it, we help the cooking. We help the cooking. Oh, it looks beautiful. It just looks beautiful. And now, oh, it's becoming, now when you take the lid off, it's starting to evaporate and make a thicker sauce. Now I'm done with my lid. Let me get my lid out of the way. I am done with my chicken. And I'm just going to taste. Let me grab a spoon because I want to taste. Oh, you can taste everything. It's amazingly delicious. All right, so then now what I want to do is I want to bring my chicken. And I want to bring my chicken into my platter, like so. And then that way, you know, your family can choose what piece they want or don't want. And it's, like I said, it's a nice anti-inflammatory dish. It's healthy for you, it's healthy for your kids, and it's delicious. Now that we have the wonderful things over here, we're going to move these guys over like so. Then what we want to do is we want to grab the, where did it go? This right here. And then we want to bring our wonderful green beans. And we want to add them right here along. Oh, with this wonderful garlic. You can see the pieces of garlic. Oh my goodness gracious. They are looking beautiful, 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 beautiful. Oh yes. And wait till you guys have this dish. Because it's not only, it's anti-inflammatory, but it's also full of vitamins, antioxidants. And it's so healthy for you. So healthy for you. And even if you want, you can take some more of the thyme that you have, and then you can sprinkle some of the thyme over the chicken. Yes, over the chicken. It looks beautiful. And now let me grab the potatoes. Shut the oven off. Grab my potatoes that are done. My potatoes are done, guys. Dinner is ready. I told you, in less than a half an hour. In less than a half an hour. And now what we want to do is, let me grab these guys so I don't burn myself, is to bring these beautiful potatoes that I'm just going to add right over here on the side. You know, you can also put your extra potatoes in another plate. And it's such a beautiful dinner. Such a lovely dinner. Wonderful for you. Nice and healthy. And who would have known that potatoes were anti-inflammatory, right? It's wonderful. And now what we're going to do with that to finish it all up, because you know we're not finished yet. No, 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 no. We need to do the aspect. You know, we want to come in here. You know, we want to grab the beautiful garlic. You know, the beautiful garlic that we so lovingly sliced. And then now we want to come over here with the pine nuts. And the pine nuts, we want to put them on the chicken. On the chicken, we want to put some on the wonderful green beans. Look at this. What a beautiful dinner. Who is not going to want to come over here? Who is not going to want to have this deliciousness? Amazing, delicious dinner. And I love thyme. And I'm just going to add a little bit more of the thyme for my chicken. And then what I want to do here is I want to come over here and I'll have this beautiful juice. Oh, yes. That I just want to add on to my chicken. Yes, yes, yes. By all means, add them on there. Why not? Why not? And now in less than a half an hour, you have this amazing, delicious, healthy dish. An anti-inflammatory dish. And then let me show you what we made, guys. Let me show you what we made. We made lemon and garlic chicken. Green beans with beautiful herb potatoes. Look how delicious that is. Anti-inflammatory for your health. I want to thank my beautiful sponsors. You know who they are. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a wonderful, wonderful day, night.